Morning and welcome to Gardening 365 72. Now at the moment I'm harvesting beetroot. Not absolute whoppers, certainly pleased with those. I'm picking a few of these for friends and family. Now it's quite peaceful at the moment, but you can probably hear some noise in the background. And very shortly, hopefully you're going to see something quite spectacular. Wait and see. Runner beans now have come to the end, so we're going to pull them down before the frost. Now they can make absolutely great compost, and when we finish with them we'll take them towards a compost bin. You can keep seeds off them if you want. I'm not sure we're going to keep any this year. Okay, so these are runner beans, and we've got some Belotti beans that we're going to do the same with very shortly, but we keep the beans from them. And that's the Belotti bean harvest. So what we'll do now is leave them to dry for a couple of weeks in the pods, and I'll take them out the pods, dry them on, and then we'll use them during the winter. Belotti beans. The noise is coming from an edge cutter attached to a tractor. These are my turnips and a few of my beetroot, so really pleased with them as well. Please click the subscribe button to our channel to make our channel grow. Thank you. And here's the concreting I did last week. Now the main job today is to get that table, move it across there. I'll be bringing some more stuff over here and just generally tidying this area up and preparing it ready for winter. That's the main job today. The greenhouse, circa second week of October 2021, and it's looking fairly green. I'm going to give you a quick review of everything that's in here. So this is the Calabrese. It hasn't hearted yet, but otherwise looking really good. These are the chilies, just been picked by Claire, so I'll show you the harvest of those in a bit. Some of Claire's plants, some cut and cut again lettuce, some more Calabrese, and our indoor carrots. On this side, the very last of my tomatoes. Now I could pick these, but they're still ripening at the moment, so while they're still ripening I will leave them on the stalks, but they will be picked very soon. And this is the Malabar, which is the climbing spinach that you see there, and that's finished now pretty much as well. In the next section, those are the next of my Calabrese. I put them in last week, doing well. And I got some pak choi there. And over this side, Claire's got some of her plants that she's over wintering. Over on the other side, some of Claire's plants and some of my very, very late tomatoes that I grew from a slice of tomato. And we're hoping at least a few of those will ripen, but we'll see how it goes. Heading into the last section, and this is what I've been doing today. So I've moved the table over to there and the onion rack, and this here now is very interesting. This is our propagator, so an electric propagator, and all we need to do is finish having that wired in. This is our compost container, so if you want any compost for potting up, we now get it from inside the greenhouse, which is great. 3 lots of potatoes for Christmas. So this is the first lot I put in. These are Alfred Bartlett, and I've got 2 ones over there from just some seed potatoes that I kept from the previous year. I don't know what variety they are. I've got some very small lettuce which I'll be potting up next week into bigger containers, and some more pak choi. I've got some runner beans which I'm going to keep for seed, a couple of seed potatoes, some amaryllis for Christmas, and toad lilies over there, and my carnivorous plant that needs some water. And in the last section as well, we've got a water container. Now this isn't for what you think it is for, so it's not actually for watering. What it's for is almost like a heat sink. So what it does is it takes heat during the day, heats the water up, and then keeps the heat for the greenhouse during the night. And I saw that on an Alaskan homesteaders program. Seems to work in Alaska, so I'm sure it'll work here where the temperature isn't quite as cold. There's the whole of the greenhouse going back the other way. So that's the greenhouse. And the great thing about the last section, it's got doors it can shut, so it becomes its own little tiny greenhouse within a greenhouse. And this is where we'll keep all of our plants which aren't frost hardy. Everything else down there will just be kept at natural temperature within the greenhouse. What a magnificent chilli harvest. 4 different types of chilies in there. And that concludes this week's episode of Gardening 365. Thank you ever so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye.